right, welcome in. Very, very special video for you guys tonight. First video of 2026. First of the 2026 guest series. Not a full episode tonight. We have a very special guest. It's her second time on the show. She's probably leader in the clubhouse already for Guest of the Year for this year's BBL Awards, but we will see how today's appearance goes. It is Sports Tarot with Chelsea at sports.tarot on TikTok. She's got a YouTube channel as well. We met with her at the beginning of the season. Ty, at that point in time, you were just listening, and she read a one-card poll to talk about your love life. Any updates for us on that, and what do you hope to gain out of this interview today?
Nothing concrete. Nothing to report back home yet. Maybe just looking for some more insight here today. Going into the new year,
we might have to take
and navigate this.
We might have to take it a step further today. She will have the cards. We're going to do some live card polls. Super excited. So let's just go ahead and get into it. First guest of 2026. Here is Sports Tarot with Chelsea on BBL Sports. All right. She is back. This is the first guest of 2026 on BBL Sports. Chelsea, thank you so much for being here and doing this for a second time. We met with you a couple months ago, mid-football season, said we're going to get you back on right before the playoffs, and you are back. For everyone that's listening, this is Sports Tarot with Chelsea at sports.tarot on TikTok. Chelsea, you have blown up since the last time we had you on the podcast. You're like almost too famous to continue coming on this podcast.
No. I couldn't even believe you wanted me back on again. I'm so thrilled. But I think I was less than 1,000 followers last time, and now I'm almost at 6,000. So we're climbing.
I saw that today. So congrats. And everyone, if you're watching and you don't follow her, go follow her page, as I said, at Sports Tarot or sports.tarot on TikTok. And we'll put the TikTok name up on the screen here. But Chelsea, just in case there's people watching that don't know you, can you give us just a quick 30-second, who are you? Who are your sport teams?
Sure. So I'm Chelsea. I've always loved tarot and spirituality and sports. And so, I think it was during the World Series, Bears too. I think I was the Bears witch who got me started, but just kind of started pulling tarot cards to predict how sports games would go. And somehow I've been pretty accurate. Now I've kind of branched out into some player readings and team readings, and it's been a lot of fun, and people seem to really like it. So loving it.
Yeah. When we first had you on, I came across one of your videos and I kind of was paying attention to your page, and you got 3 games straight right, and then a 4th and then a 5th. And I told you, I said, if you get this six straight games right, I'm bringing you on the podcast. And you did. You were predicting every game accurately. So, and why don't you tell our listeners, didn't you pull a card about a specific head coach like a month ago, and then something happened today? What's that all about?
Sure did. I did a 4-card pull, whole individual reading for John Harbaugh, and it clearly showed one, that kind of the walls were closing in and he didn't really realize it. And then at the end, it showed, and I said that they would be saying goodbye to John Harbaugh at the end of the season. And I posted that December 3rd. So, over a month ago. Wow. I could feel it. The energy was just, oof. It was
That's
bad.
so wild.
Yeah.
That's so wild. And, John Harbaugh fired today. That's been in the news for a couple weeks, and I just never believed it. I just thought no shot. So,
I got
cards
that
don't lie.
Reading that even he was going to be very shocked by it. So I think, he should have consulted me, I guess.
Clearly. And he'll be a hot name. He's going to get another head coaching job. He'll be just fine. But pretty wild that after almost 20 seasons in Baltimore, he is out. All right, Chelsea, first question for you tonight. Now, I know you're a Michigan Wolverine grad.
Yes.
And I know you're a Michigan fan.
Yes.
This wasn't the football season Michigan fans were looking for, and it certainly wasn't the end to the football season Michigan fans were looking for.
No.
As an alum, first I want to know just your thoughts on the Sharon Moore situation and the firing of Sharon Moore. And then I know you do a lot of energy readings and polls on teams. Did you see anything leading up to the dismissal of Sharon Moore, or was this completely out of left field?
I realized I didn't say earlier my team. So yes, I'm a Michigan grad, so Detroit teams, Michigan teams, those are my teams. But I mean, I have 6 decks of tarot cards. The Sharon Moore situation was nowhere. I was completely shocked. I mean, I'm one of those people who loves like body cam footage and true crime stuff. So I was like glued to the TV all day of kind of the drama. But I mean, it's really sad, the whole situation. And I can feel, I mean, the energy, even going into the bowl game for Michigan, it was like, I got the feeling of like, they didn't even want to go out there, honestly. Like, as an alum too, it's like, Michigan, we pride ourselves on being, the victors and the leaders and best. So it's really like a, drama-filled thing that we are not used to. So it's a big kick energetically. I feel it. They're just down.
Yeah. Now, with Whittingham coming in, I don't know. Would love to know your thoughts. Do you you like the hire, and do you think he's the guy that can get this cleaned up?
I need to do a reading on him. I like him. I like his energy. I feel like he's got like the players will buy into him, but I feel like it's the whole Sharon Moore situation. It sounds like from what I'm hearing, like it's going much deeper, kind of the problems at Michigan. So I think it's going to take, any head coach, it's going to take a couple of years, I think, to get back to, anything resembling what they were. I'm glad they got that national championship with Harbaugh, because I think it's going to be a really rough, 5 years maybe.
I don't love to hear that, but because I don't know if you know this, I'm a Michigan fan. I am a Michigan fan. So,
yeah.
Well, all right, let's switch gears a little bit. Let's get to the NFL. And by the way, guys, we are going to do a couple card polls at the end of this. One is going to involve the college football playoff. The other is going to involve the Super Bowl. So make sure you guys watch to the end. But switching gears over to the NFL. So I got to be honest with you. I follow your account. I watch pretty much all of your videos. You were doing a lot of energy polls on Jared Goff, on the Detroit Lions as a team, on Dan Campbell throughout the season. And pretty early on in the season, you were predicting bad things were going to happen with this football team. And I was in denial, and I didn't want to believe it. But once again, you were right. So can you talk a little bit about what you saw with the Detroit Lions? And then just as a fan, what do you think went wrong this season?
Well, 2 major things I saw, especially in my card polls, it always showed clearly that Ben Johnson leaving was, I don't want to say nail in the coffin, but like he took so much with him, the plays, that brain, like the kind of the chess moves. Yeah, Dan Campbell can call the plays, but I think the other thing I think that was a huge factor this year was where was Monty? Where was David Montgomery? Why? That made no sense to me. I thought he and JMO should have gotten way more touches. So I did do a reading for the Lions recently for next year, and I think David Montgomery's going to leave before the next season. I really do. So I just think play calling. The whole energy seemed off once Ben Johnson left.
That's really interesting because I, as a fan, just watching. And Ty, I don't know if you agree with me, but something just seemed off with the Lions this year. It didn't seem like the Dan Campbell Lions, and it's kind of wild that it's like week 4 or 5. You were putting out videos that you were seeing that in the cards, that something was off with this team.
Well, it was always like Gibbs was always front and center. It was like but it was like there was nothing else. It was like he was sort of alone, and sometimes Jared Goff in like kind of a leadership role, but there was like not much connecting them. I didn't feel a big, like a team, like the Bears. I feel like you can feel a really good team bond. I feel like the Lions now are it's separate people playing out there.
Yeah.
That's what I feel.
It's a good assessment. Ty, you got anything on this? And do you have a question for Chelsea?
Well, I think a lot of the whole like energy thing, like with them, like being the difference between the Bears and us, just is totally between Monty and Gibbs. I think. And I think in this last game we played, I forgot who was commentating it, but everyone's like, Gibbs is too good, too much talent to just take off the field. But when you give Monty the ball, it adds such a different element to everything the defense does and everything how our offense runs. And I mean, yeah, Gibbs is too good to take off the field, but when you don't give Monty the ball, everyone loves Monty. So now you got this whole ordeal. And then people were talking about all year long about how Monty wasn't getting the ball. So there's obviously like talks, I'm sure in the locker room too. I'm sure he wasn't thrilled. He's not thrilled. And that just all leads down. Then you start losing games and it all just kind of everything kind of falls at once. Once one thing goes and you start losing, then everything kind of goes. So yeah, I just think it's just lack of giving Monty the ball, just for the sense of a 1-2 punch. Like he's still good for 6 carries, which is like 100%. And then but I guess I can also agree with Gibbs is almost too good to take off the field. He's the best player probably in football. So it's like whatever. I think it's tough, but they had a lot of bad things. John Morton's gone, so I guess that's the first.
He is. So yeah, John Morton gone. Let's get a new OC in here. Somebody who can call the plays. Love Dan to death, but I don't want him calling the plays next year. We want him to be CEO of the football team. So, all right, Chelsea, question for you. So, I know you're a Lions fan. You're in Chicago.
Yes.
We're not Bears fans. We don't like the Bears up here. But I want to know what's the energy like in the city. It has been a while since the Bears have made the playoffs, but it's been even longer since the Bears have had a contender with a shot to go to the Super Bowl. They got the 2 seed. What is the energy like in the city of Chicago?
Well, before last weekend, it was much, much higher. Right now, you can feel everybody is very nervous. Everybody was feeling so confident, especially after the last Packers game. But after that Lions game, everybody is looking at each other like, what the hell? Like my husband's always listening to, the Chicago sports radio, and they are just losing their minds because it's like, where's the guys we saw all season? Like we're getting to the playoffs. This is when we got to be turning it on. So cautiously optimistic is how everybody's feeling right now. But that Lions loss shook everybody very hard. Yeah.
Well, I will just say we knew going into that game, at least I think Ty and I, we expected the Lions to win that game because, of course, they were going to win that game. It meant nothing. They were going to ruin their draft position. It was, of course. We wanted the Bears to win that game as Lions fans. But no, I get it. And it sets up the three-peat, the third matchup with the Packers. We know one thing Lions and Bears fans can agree on is we hate the Packers.
Yes.
FTP. Yes. So I'm sure is that a little bit of an added element to the stress and the anxiety in Chicago is that it's the Packers coming to town?
Oh, yes. Yeah, I mean, anytime they come, it's heightened, and that's, it's like Michigan, Ohio State, where it doesn't really matter how they played against other teams because that all goes out the window when they're against each other. So, yeah, and the weather is looking snowy and rough for Saturday night. So I feel I did already do a poll. I won't say yet who I see winning, but I don't know if the people of Chicago will be happy if my cards are correct. I will say that. Yeah. Hard
to beat a team 3 times in one season. I will say that. So
it's a hell of a lot worse to lose because depending on how that Sunday went, it could have been either San Fran coming to Chicago or Green Bay. And, either way, the Bears, however good they think they might be, but like if you get bounced first round, it's still not a bad season. Like you guys, there's obviously improvements in Chicago and like a lot to look forward to, but losing to Green Bay compared to San Francisco is a massive difference. Now it's just who ends your season. If you guys knew you were going to lose this week, or if the Bears knew they were going to lose in the first round of the playoffs, they would pray that it was the Niners and not the Packers. Now it just makes it so much worse. Yeah. Now if it's divisional. So, yeah, that's probably not the best draw y'all were hoping for. But
I'm nervous.
Twice, it's winnable.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what Bears team shows up. Hopefully not the one that was last week.
I will say this. 2 classics when these 2 teams have played in the regular season. Down to the wire, that crazy game at Soldier Field, and then that first game in Lambeau went down to the wire too. So I hope we get another classic. It'll be awesome, and I'm excited.
Cards had the chaos card came up. I mean, it's going to be nuts. Yeah, for sure.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it. So, All right. Well, let's get to the main event here. We're going to do some card polls. Ty, why don't you tee us up for this first card poll? And just Ty's Ole Miss fan. He's got the jersey on. Chelsea's a little bit of a Hoosier fan. Ty, why don't you tee up this first card poll that we're going to do?
Yeah, I need a full reading for Thursday night's game. Ole Miss versus Miami. I need a in-depth. I think I might need by quarter. I'm not really sure what I need. I need whatever you got for me. This is probably the biggest game of my lifetime.
I'll do a 3-card. We'll do a 3-card.
Okay.
That kind of gives us a beginning, middle, end. Okay.
Sure.
So I just gave him a little shuffle here. I'll just do one more quick one here, just totally random. So first card we have rest and relaxation.
What?
Rest, rejuvenate. So that's not typically that's not a good card, especially if your team is one of those colors. It means you may be resting, more of like sitting out, kind of that vibe. So starting off slow for Ole Miss there. I'm just gonna grab one here. Next card. Ooh, action. All right, we got 2 horses running here, a black and a white one. That does not look like Florida. That is not Miami. That's Mississippi.
True.
Rolling,
That's true. That's the backcountry right there. Yep.
So Mississippi's getting it moving towards the middle.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Last card.
Cool.
What do we got? The 4th chakra, Archangel Raphael. Oh boy, is there anybody in your team named Raphael? Probably not.
I don't think so.
That's a lot of green, those wings. Ooh, that's giving... You know, we're going to do a clarity card. Let's do it. Let's do a fourth clarity card.
Let's do the clarity card.
Need a clarity card, especially... Oh, of course. Indecision.
What?
Oh, all right. And that's a... Okay, I'm saying overtime right now, so I'm saying overtime.
Oh my gosh, we're going to
OT.
One more. What is it? Happy family, they're on the beach. Oh, shit.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Are we going to Cancun?
They're on the beach. That's Florida. That's Miami, Florida right there. They're going to win.
Or is it Trinidad?
Or is it we're going to Miami, Florida for the national championship? There's ways to look at this. There are routes to take here.
That's true. We got white here. Is there any we don't have any siblings on Ole Miss? Is there any family connection?
They feel like brothers. I'll say that. They feel like my brothers.
Brothers from another mother? Yeah, well, I don't know. It's gonna
okay.
That didn't give us much other than it's gonna be an extremely close, possibly overtime.
It sounds like
it was
overtime game. And either you're going to Cancun or you're going to Miami.
Yeah. Wow. Well, I like that. I like that. I can live with that.
Could have been worse. Could have been a lot worse.
Could have been a lot worse.
It could have been a lot worse.
There's Miami. There's other things. So could have been worse.
Yep. All right. Well, thank you.
All right.
Now I can sleep.
The grand finale of the first guest in 2026 on BBL Sports. We are going to do. Is it a 1? Is it a 3 card poll? What are we thinking here?
For the Super Bowl? Well, so I've already asked several decks, and they have all told me that the Super Bowl is going to be Steelers versus Bears. Even though, yes, I know the Bear things are, but and I called the Steelers making the playoffs. That was almost a month ago too. It was before Christmas. So wow. I am seeing Steelers Bears. So maybe we could do a 2-card poll to just see if we can get some confirmation.
If we can get some confirmation on this, yeah. Let's.
Okay, so I got my cards here. We're gonna give them a little shuffle. Not looking. I'm gonna pull 2 at the same time. First is Envy. We've got the old Queen in the Castle. Next is the Sun. Look at this, black and yellow.
I was going to say that.
Look at this, right on Lake Michigan here, Chicago and Pittsburgh.
Wow.
I mean, it's science. You can't argue.
That's wild.
I mean, that's. She's black and yellow, and we don't have orange. The sun is orange sometimes. It's more yellow in here, but the sun shining on the number 1 there. I don't know. Yeah, it could be. I really am feeling. I did an Aaron Rodgers reading yesterday too, and it also shows him going to the Super Bowl, not winning, but going off into the sunset in the Super Bowl. being his
Wow.
final game and then retiring.
That is wild.
Wow.
It's wild that you teed up and said you had pulled and you got Bears and Steelers. We just kind of got confirmation. A lot of our listeners are sports bettors. Great value on Steelers
Yeah,
and
that's it.
Bears on both sides. And how
Exacto.
poetic would it be if Aaron Rodgers played in the Super Bowl against the Chicago Bears? Aaron Rodgers versus the Chicago Bears one more time before he gets sent off. That would be wild.
I mean, the way this season has gone, like, you know, the Steelers, Ravens, like, there is some energy, there's some magic going on this season. I could see this kind of like Hollywood ending. I really could. Bears, I mean, yeah, Rodgers going out one more time against the Bears, just pure cinema or whatever the kids say on TikTok.
Yeah.
I'm going to bet it tonight. Super Bowl matchup: Chicago Bears, Pittsburgh Steelers.
Cut after we win.
I will. You get a little bit off the top when it hits. That's not financial advice. Nobody take that and run with
yes,
it.
Yes, purely entertainment purposes only.
We cannot get in trouble here. But no, that's awesome. Chelsea, thank you so much for coming back on. This was fantastic. Always a pleasure talking with you. The first interview of 2026. I can't believe we're in 2026, by the way. That sounds insane to say, but we are in 2026. We are going to come back to this. After the game Thursday, we'll have to revisit and let's see what happens in that Ole Miss Miami game. And then come Super Bowl, let's see who's playing in San Francisco. But again, guys, if you're not following Chelsea on TikTok, make sure you are at sports.tarot. She's got an awesome page. She's blowing up. Don't forget about us when you get too famous on TikTok. But you're welcome back anytime, and thank you so much for coming back on here.
Well, thank you so much. This was awesome. And yes, I'll be doing March Madness, the Masters. I mean, I'm all over it, so I would love to come back anytime and chat.
Yeah, she does it all, and you can. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can go back and track for yourself. You would be profitable if you chose her picks and placed wagers on them.
Yes, I have a whole collection of accurate I have receipts. You can check them.
Perfect.
Fantastic. Well, thank you again, and to all the listeners out there, we will be back with full episodes. We're going to get back on a roll, start doing this weekly, maybe a couple times a week. I know it's been a long hiatus. You haven't heard from us, but Chelsea, thank you so much again. And super excited for the playoffs, and we'll revisit some of those card polls in a couple weeks.
Sounds good. Thanks so much. See you later.